Welcome to LaTricia Creates. I am LaTricia. In today's video, we're going to create a shaker cake topper using our Cricut machine. Let's take a look at the materials for this project. For this project, I'm going to use a variety of cardstocks. I have different textures and different colors. I also have some craft foam, an acetate sheet, the sticks for the cake topper. I have some adhesive, some confetti that I made myself. I also bought confetti from the Dollar Tree. This is filler. And I have this glitter. I got it from the $3 section in the Dollar Tree. I've had it for a while. I'm not sure if you'll be able to find it or not, but it doesn't hurt to look. I'm also going to use my Cricut Maker along with my green standard grip Cricut mat. I'm going to use a 12 by 24 inch one, and I'm going to use my purple strong grip Cricut mat as well as my brayer tool. I think that's everything. If there's anything else, it will definitely be in the description box below. You ready? Let's make it. The first thing we want to do is sketch out our design. I already sketched out my design. My design has a number with 8 layers, a word with 2 layers, and an image with 2 layers. Now I'm ready to head to Cricut Design Space to create the design. I'm here on the canvas. I have my sketch sitting over here next to me for reference, and I'm ready to start my project. My project has 3 different parts to it. I'm going to start out with the number. Click on the text box. Type out my number. I want to change the font. I'm going to go here to the drop down box. I'm going to use a system font called Franklin Gothic. I'm actually going to use Franklin Gothic Heavy, so I'm going to click on that. Next, I want to resize my number. I want it to be 6 inches in width to start out with, so I'm going to change the width to 6. I need to duplicate this twice because I want to have my main layer, my acetate layer, then I need to make 2 outline layers. So I'm going to change the main layer to purple. The acetate layer, I'm going to make it gray. And with this layer, I'm going to create my outline. In order to do that, I need to go up to Offset and create an inset. So instead of moving to the right, I'm going to move to the left. It's hard to get it exactly where I want it. I think I want it to be 0.160. I'm just going to type it up here. And I want my corner to be squared off. I'm going to move that there and click Apply. Now I'm going to grab both of them, go down to Slice on the right hand side and slice it. I only need the outline, so I'm going to delete the inner parts. I'm going to duplicate it because I need 2 outlines. I need one for the foam, which is also going to be purple. But I need to change the color of the purple so that I can have the layers to cut without any confusion. The second layer is going to be for the foil, which is also going to be purple. Now I have those 4 layers. I'm going to grab the main layer again because I want to create 2 offset layers as well. I'm going to go back up to Offset. This time I'm going to move to the right to create offset. And I want it to be 1.60 the same, so I'm just going to type that out as well. Have my corner squared, click Apply. I need 2 offsets, so I'm going to go back up to Offset and do the same thing. I'm just going to click Apply. Now I have both of the offsets. The very back one, I want to make it a lavender color. The other one, I'm going to make it green. Now I'm going to put all of the layers on top of each other. So I have my main layer. Now I'm going to put my foam layer. Then I'm going to put the acetate layer on top of that. Then I'm going to put the foil layer on the very top. Oops. Now I'm going to align them to make sure they're all nice and centered. And I'm going to group them for the time being. Now my number is complete. I'm ready to move on to my image. I'm going to make a simple image. It's going to be a YouTube icon. I'm going to grab a rounded rectangle. I'm going to duplicate it. I want one to be white, the other one to be red. I'm going to go back to the Shapes panel. This time I'm going to grab this wide triangle. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Resize it. Maybe a little smaller. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to grab both of these. I'm going to align them center. While I have them both selected, I'm going to go down to the bottom right and slice the triangle out of the center. I don't need the triangle in the center, so I'm going to delete both of those. I'm going to put the white on the bottom. I'm going to put these two together by selecting them, aligning them center, and I'm going to group them temporarily as well. Now I want to put this on here. I'm just going to resize it and relocate it to put it exactly where I want it to be. That'll work. The last part of the design is the word. I'm going to go back over to text. I'm going to type out my word. This is not the font I'm going to use for this, so I'm going to go back to font. I'm going to use a system font. This time I'm going to use a font called Scooth Lane Script. I'm going to select it. Now I'm going to go down to Combine here on the bottom right, and I'm going to weld it. I want to change the color of this to purple. I'm going to bring it over here and resize it. That looks pretty good. The last thing I want to do with this is create an offset. So I'm going to go up to offset. Click on offset. I don't want it to be this big, so I'm going to reduce it down some. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to click apply. I don't want to have any holes, so I'm going to go over to contour on the bottom right, and I'm going to hide all contours. Now I'm going to hold down my shift key to select the word, and I'm going to group these. I want to center the word uploads on the number, so I'm going to hold down my shift key again. I'm going to select the number. Now I'm going to go to align, and I'm going to center horizontally. I have the design exactly the way I want it. Now I'm going to select everything. I'm going to go back to offset. I'm going to create another offset that's 160. Click apply. I want to make sure I don't have any holes in this as well, so I'm going to go back to contour and I'm going to hide all contours. While I still have this selected, I'm going to duplicate it because I need one more piece for the very back to cover up the stick. I'm going to flip it horizontally. Now I'm done with the design and I'm ready to make it. I'm going to be using 5 different material types for this, so I'm going to need 5 different mats. I'm going to go over here to make. I'll save the project. Let's call it 50 uploads. I'm going to click on mat. I'm going to use the 12 by 12 inch mat for the acetate and for some of the other things, but for the regular cardstock, I'm going to use the 12 by 24 inch mat. Click confirm. For this first layer, I'm going to use acetate. So I'm going to click continue. I'm going to go to browse all materials. I'm going to search for acetate. I'm going to click on acetate and click done. I'm going to do the same thing for every material. I'm just going to click on base material. I'm going to search for the material that I'm using. For the cardstock, I'm going to use medium cardstock, 80 pounds. For the glitter cardstock, I'm going to use glitter cardstock. For the foam, I'm going to use foam. So let's go here, browse all material, and let's look for craft foam. And there's craft foam. So everything that I'm going to use is already here on the materials list. So I'm going to go back to acetate. Click done. I have my blade already loaded up in the machine. I'm going to get all my mats together. Then I will meet you at the Cricut Maker. I have all of my pieces cut out. I'm ready to assemble my cake topper. Before I do, I just wanted to show you a couple of things. One, I changed this red. I didn't really like the plain red. I wanted to use something a little more sparkly, so I got the foil in red. I like this better. Also, I did the same thing for the word uploads. I changed it out for the foil. I had the plain cardstock. Another thing is I beefed this up a little bit. This one is so thin it almost tore. So I went back in and added a very small offset. Besides that, this foil cardstock is a little more heavy duty than the lighter weight cardstock because I think this is only 65 pounds. I should have used the 80 pound, but I actually like this better because the very top layer is going to be the foil, so I wanted to put foil on top of foil. Now that I've shown you that, I'm ready to assemble it. I'm going to start with this back piece first. I have my sketch here for reference. I'm going to use this Ultra Bond adhesive. I haven't used this before. Hopefully it'll work pretty well. We'll see. I'm going to layer this one on top of here. I don't want to use too much glue because I don't want the paper to warp. I can already see it warping here. think I'm going to grab something to try to spread it better. I grabbed this little thin paintbrush to try to spread it better. That one looks much better than the other one. So far, I have the second offset, the first offset, and the main layer. Next, I need to put on the foam layer. After the foam layer is going to be the confetti layer. I do have a little bit of excess glue coming out of here. Don't like that. I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes, then I'll be back to put the confetti in. I think this is good and dry. While I was waiting for that to dry, I went ahead and put these two pieces together and these two pieces together. So now all of these pieces are together. I'm ready to put the confetti on. Now it's time to put on the acetate layer. Got a little excess glue over there. Oh my goodness, I'm just making a whole mess. Kind of messed up this acetate with this excess glue all over it. I need to wipe this off because I have adhesive all over it, but it's coming along. I wiped off whatever excess glue I could. Now I'm ready to put my foil on top. I definitely should have used a different adhesive. It's looking pretty cute. Now I'm going to add the glitter backing. I do not like this adhesive, not for this purpose. Now I'll place this. Now this piece. It's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to add the sticks. I decided to use 2 because I was thinking this might be too heavy for one. Ideally, I would have used some hot glue, but I did not set up my hot glue gun. So we're going to roll with this. I think I'm going to add some tape. My battery died in the middle of me putting on the second stick, but I put it on the same way. I put the glue on the stick, then I taped it down for security because it's going to take the glue a minute to dry. But it's okay because I have this piece to put on the back to hide the tape and any other issue, the stick and all of that. It was a little messy, a little janky, but it turned out really good. So I think it's a win. I'm happy with how this looks. It's cute. And I'm going to show you a closer look in just a minute, so stick around. Here's a closer look at the final project. It came out really cute. Here's what the back looks like. And this is the front. Regardless of all of the issues I had, I think it came out cute. More importantly, it serves the purpose for which it was created, which is to commemorate my 50th upload on YouTube. When I started my YouTube channel, my goal was to create 50 videos, and today I accomplished that goal. I want to thank you for watching my videos, whether this is your first video or if you've watched all 50 videos. I want you to know that I really appreciate you. I hope you were able to make one as well. I hope the video wasn't too confusing and that you're able to follow along. I also hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep creating.